In the two previous videos in this series, I talked about the word that. I gave a fictional history of the word that. I just made it up, just for the viewer, for food for thought. And I talked about the contemporary grammatical functions of the word that. In other words, the ones used in present day grammar. You might refer to one function as a demonstrative adjective or determiner. Then there's adverb, demonstrative pronoun, relative pronoun or relativizer, and then subordinating conjunction or complementizer. That's a weird word, complementizer. Now you'll have noticed already that I want to look deeper into the word that and have it still use the same grammatical functions, but give a different term or name to the function, a more precise name to the function itself. The function is not going to change. So already I've discussed how I consider the first grammatical function that of a definite article. Okay, I did a video on that. Now today I'm going to look at the second grammatical function in my perspective, and I call it a proform adverb. Okay, proform adverb. All right. Now here's a example sentence. The test isn't really that hard, is it? Okay, the test really isn't that hard, is it? All right, now the word that in this sentence is not a content word in this application. In other words, on its own, it has no meaning. All right, it's not a content word. Like you look in a dictionary and most words have some kind of meaningful definition. Then the other kind of words are function words, which don't really have any specific meaning. They just help with syntax, putting your sentences together. All right. Now, how can we give this word in this example sentence some meaning? Okay, let's do what we talked about in the previous two videos. Let's take all the stuff we're saying in context. In our sample sentences, let's put everything in context, all right? Now, here's your new sample sentences. This is John, all right, and this is Jane. And John says, this test is ungodly hard. All right, John says, this test is ungodly hard. And Jane said, the test isn't really that hard, is it? Okay, see John and Jane. All right, John says his line, Jane says hers. Now, the meaning of that is now context determined, okay? So you can safely say that the word that is a proform for the word ungodly, okay? That is a proform. All right. Now, a proform, just generally speaking, I'm not an expert. I don't have any degrees and all that stuff, plaques on my walls. I have plaque on my teeth. Anyway, so a proform is a word or lexical unit that is dependent for its meaning on reference to some other part of the context or sentence in which it occurs. Okay? It's a word or lexical unit that is dependent for its meaning on reference to some other part of the context or sentence in which it occurs. Now, the meaning of that, okay, in these two sample sentences is context or discourse determined. Okay, like what are you saying in your discourse, in your conversation? Okay, so the word that, actually, if you look on a deep level, is an endophora. Okay, an endophora, and what that means is it's a word that refers to something mentioned elsewhere. Okay, the word is endophoric. Now, to be more specific, to go even deeper, you could say the word is anaphor. It's an anaphor, anaphora. All right, it's anaphoric. In other words, the anaphora refers to something previously mentioned, okay? Now the word ungodly then, okay, the word ungodly is the antecedent, all right? And the antecedent is something that's given before. Ante means before. It's the antecedent is something given before, okay? So you see then that the word ungodly was given to us before in the first example sentence, and then that came later. So that, all right, the anaphora, all right, refers backwards to the antecedent. Okay, you could call it a referent, ungodly, all right? That, the anaphora, refers backward to the antecedent or referent, ungodly. And for the word that's function as an adverb, that's all I need to say. This is like a miracle. I usually go on and on and on. But as an adverb, you can read grammar books or go on the internet and they'll say, okay, that is used as an adverb. And they say, just take our word for it because we tell you it's an adverb. But they don't really explain it deeply. So here you have it. I'll just review this one more time. John says, this test is ungodly hard. And Jane says, the test isn't really that hard, is it? So that refers back to ungodly, and boom, you're done. So I will do the next video, and we'll talk about the third grammatical function of the word that. So thanks for listening, all three people, maybe four, and I hope to see you soon. Good night.